Greetings and welcome back, one and all, to Factorio Beginner's Guide, where I am joined by Shenrry.
Hey, what's up?
Well, what's up is we are going to be working on robots, but yes, today is going to be Robot Day. Also, a little bit of Killing Biters Day, because we need some more alien artifacts to kickstart our alien artifact. Our purple research. Yeah, research because purple science. Right, Shen, we're going to need some factories down. As you can see, we've gone ahead and we brought down the red circuits and the green circuits. We've just merged them onto a line because each of the robots is made either with red or green. Now, you don't necessarily need to have the two on the same line because, honestly, that's a little bit wasteful in terms of one or the other because, you know, obviously, if we have red circuits being used up here, we don't need them all the way down the bottom of the line, but we're producing enough that it really does not matter.
And as we talked about last episode, the engines and the robot frames and the actual robots themselves all take 20 seconds to build. Yeah. So it's straight one for one. We're just going to put the frames directly into the factories for production instead of putting them on a belt first. So we're going to have 3 logistics and 3 construction bots. And it looks like, yeah, they're already producing bots. Look at that.
Hooray!
We should probably put them in a box or something.
Over there. Well, what we'll do, this is something that I prefer to... Well, actually, we need to handle this part a little bit better.
Oh, is it time for some segregation? Oh, God.
Yes. There we go. We can just split them up like that. Now, what I like to do with robots is actually have them automatically inserted into the robot network. But we're at the point now where we can actually start talking about the robot network itself. So, Shen, if we go up here and grab ourselves a couple of roboports each.
Just a couple? You mean like 30, right?
Well, I mean, we're not producing that many. They stack to 5. I guess we'll allow one whole row of them. Right, now, if we select a roboport and go to place one down, you will notice that it produces a nice little ghosted effect. Now, these 2 radiuses are effectively the range within which a robot can work. And the 2 different colors relate to the different types of robot. The green is the operational area of construction robots. So this is not just construction. Later on we'll get into blueprints which allow you to automate construction and, for that matter, deconstruction. But for the moment, just understand that this is the area within which a robot will repair something or rebuild something if the necessary materials are available to it. And in this case, that means the actual building itself.
So are you saying the orange area they will repair things, or the green area they will repair things?
Area. The green area is where the construction robots can work in. The orange area is where logistics robots will work in.
Yep.
The difference between the 2 is, as I've mentioned, construction robots build or break down, and they can also repair. Again, just to touch on something I just mentioned, when I said the required materials for rebuilding something, it isn't to say that if you've got bricks around, then they'll rebuild a wall which is made of bricks. You actually have to have the wall in a box somewhere, and it'll go and pick up that wall item and plonk it back down somewhere where a wall has been destroyed. We touched on this a little bit an episode or so ago. Like a purple ghosted image will linger for a little while after something's been destroyed. And that's basically just a blueprint marker for a repair robot to come along and rebuild it if it can.
See that purple
exactly. There? Perfect. That is exactly
it. Just means something was recently destroyed, and if you have construction robots in the area, they'll go ahead and replace it.
Yeah,
if
as long as they
available.
can get them. Now, the thing with that is it has to be in the logistics network. They can't see things that are just in a chest. That's invisible to them. Likewise, something on the floor. The robots all work off the logistics network, and that's a very specific thing. This orange area is the area within which logistics robots, and for that matter, the logistics signals from the logistics network can be operated on. If I were to place this down, then any chest, any logistics chest, which we will cover in a moment, that is within that orange area will be available to logistics robots from this roboport to go and pick up or put something in them, so on and so forth. It's a little bit more complicated. There we go. I was just about to mention this. When Shen placed down that roboport, if the logistics areas are touching or overlap, you'll notice there's a little dotted yellow line. That means that these two roboports are communicating with each other, and logistics robots from one will travel and do things in the logistics area of the other, and so on and so forth. That little beep is just a little sound effect because the roboport has a little radar on it. Now, what we're going to need to do, Shen, is basically go around our whole base, making sure that anything that would need to have something delivered to it is within the orange area, and everything else that we can realistically fit is within the green area. At this point, it becomes...
cover everything, man.
Well,
just
you
cover
can.
it all.
Lots of people do. I tried to be a little bit more...
frugal
with roboports, because they do take a while to build. But honestly, our factory is so good at the moment that we can probably afford to just be a little bit more spendy.
Our factory is so good, says Aavak.
It is.
So good.
I'm proud of this factory. Many people would cry, would weep at the sight of this factory, but I like it. There we go. I'm going to pick all these up. I'm also going to grab that one. Just have a look at how this is all connected. Now, the roboports, they do need power, so understand you're probably going to want the large power poles so that you can hook these all up into the main power network. We'll have one down here. This one's going to be a little bit easier. And for the time being, this is just what we're going to be doing. Now, you'll notice that the actual roboport itself has a little red charge icon at the moment. That's because the roboports store a charge, which they will then use to recharge any robots. Because the robots have an internal capacity as well for their power. And once they run out, they fly very slowly. And will prioritize just returning to somewhere where they can recharge. They won't do any other job. So... these things have quite a large internal capacity, so bear that in mind when you're placing them down. You may hit your power network a little bit harder than you imagine early on. Oh, yes, I know.
Everything will be fine, Aavak.
No, nothing is ever fine. There we go. Now, it's going to get a little bit messy, because placing these is... well, you can't always afford to be quite as exact as you might wish you had been, but... near as damn it is good enough in most cases.
Yeah, you could make an absolutely perfect grid and just have them, just look like the aisles at a supermarket. Straight line for all your roboports, everything just lines up perfectly, but it's not necessary at all. No, it simply makes things a little cleaner to look at if you do that. But realize that by the time you reach robots, you're going to have a massive sprawling factory. And you may not want to move things around just to put the roboport exactly in the right perfect spot. So I just wouldn't worry about it.
Which is exactly the problem that we have right now. Our factory is fairly large, and if we want the roboport to perfectly cover everything, it's going to require moving things around. The case in point, I pretty much have one option, and that is to move stuff. Oh no, I can delete that. I can place this there. Ah, okay. We're fine. We're fine. Upgraded electric poles have saved the day.
As they always do.
Well, actually not as good as I would have liked, but I'm not going to complain too much. Only a little bit. Just mild complaining from me. You've already got this one. Okay, you take that. I'm going to go up the top. Now, Shen and I are doing this at the moment just so that it's a lot easier for us to get things around. You'll notice that I am making a point of trying to have the logistics network covering our defenses. But that might not be necessary. If you're pretty much only using lasers, then you almost certainly don't need the logistics network covering them. However, I, as I've mentioned before, like to keep a backup of guns in most areas, because guns don't require power, and if power runs out, your lasers stop shooting. Bullets don't have that negative quality to them. They'll just keep shooting come night or day, rain or shine. Well, unless they get blown up, and then, it's reasonable to give them a bit of time off at that point.
Well, I don't know about that. Crack the whip, Aavak. Why would you allow a lazy thing like that to happen?
Well, basically, in Britain, we got unions, and they've set down certain laws. And one of them is, if your gun turret gets exploded, then it has mandatory sick leave, paid sick leave.
I didn't know that roboports and gun turrets had that kind of union.
Britain for you, man.
Is that going to change with the Brexit, or is that not going to?
Oh no! What have I done? I was a fool.
We've gone political.
Well played.
Never turn around. All right, looks like these guys are all hooked up.
Now, obviously, this takes a little bit of time, but I only had a couple of roboports to place down. We will go over the whole base and make sure everything is covered by roboports.
Yeah, we'll do that later,
in a little while. Now, the thing I was mentioning about having the robots automatically inserted into the... ooh, all the lights just turned off. Is that because we ran out of power? Or is it... Ooh, we did! Ah, ha, ha. As I said, we put down too many roboports. It became night, we were running off our capacitors, and we were just placing too many, and they drank all the power. You remember that thing I mentioned about lasers?
Roboports using a lot of power?
About lasers and no power and no lasers, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of us right now.
Aavak. It just happened.
Yeah. Thankfully, at the corners of our bases, they have guns.
So if we check the Steam right now, we're looking at about a 5 or 6 megawatt deficit. We just don't have enough power.
So, there we go. It's daytime. Solar panels are running. Now, that won't be a problem indefinitely because the roboports, they do use a little bit of power, I think, naturally. When it's... anyway, I think they use a small amount of power just to exist. But it's only their charge up that really hits your power grid like that.
Yeah, it's when you first place them down that you see the biggest effect.
Yeah. Now then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show how robots can be placed. I've got 2 logistics robots. We're not really going to be using the logistics robots yet, but if I place one of those down, it's got nothing to do. It goes straight off to a roboport. And,
flies
again,
off. I love it. It flies off like a little bug.
It's found the nearest roboport. Off it goes. Now, the constructor ones may actually have a few things that they can do. However, they are going to need... And there we go, they've all recharged. No, they can't do anything yet. For them to repair something, they need access to repair packs that need to be in the logistics network. And we'll cover that in a moment.
Did we put a roboport next to the repair... Because we are building repair packs.
We are building repair packs, yes. And we will be looking at those in just a moment. Now, the easiest way that I've found to get robots into the network is to simply load them into a roboport. So if we were to do this, boop, 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 there we are. It's just loading them in. It will eventually fill the whole thing.
You can also just pick them up, like Aavak was showing you, and just throw them on the ground.
Now, easier way to do it. Well, there we go. Now, the thing with this is that the roboport will eventually fill up, but once they've got things to do, these robots will be leaving this roboport, so won't be coming back to it, and that'll all work for us. Now, there's 2 ways of introducing repair packs into the roboport, into the logistics network. One is loading them, again, directly into a roboport, or 2 is putting them in a special chest, a storage chest or a passive provider chest. The passive provider chest will actively make its contents available to the logistics network. Well, I say active, it's passive. But that is to say, anything in it, the logistics robots, the construction robots, they can see it and they can interact with it. They can take it if they want.
And you can't do this with a regular storage chest. Your wooden chest, your steel chest, they can't do this. You have to use these special robot chests.
That is quite correct. Now, a storage chest is much the same way. It's somewhere where a logistics robot can see to put something. It doesn't need to be requested by the chest. The chest is just available space for the robots to dump something off. But we want a passive provider, and that requires a smart chest to be made. Now, do we have the means to make smart chests? That is the important question.
I don't think we do, because I don't see them in the list here.
No, that is going to be locked behind probably logistics systems. Or maybe... Do we have anything that we haven't unlocked that has smart chests in it?
Oh, it's the circuit network.
Circuit network. Okay, so we've got a little bit of research that we need to work on at the moment. For the time being, we're going to have to go and get some cotton candy to finish off logistics robot speed. We don't really need to, but I think that would be fun, honestly. What about you, Shen?
Oh, I think we need some cotton candy. I don't see why you would say it's not necessary.
Well, I mean, it's necessary in the long term. We could just switch the research right now, but that would be boring. Right,
just to reiterate what Aavak was saying about the different chests, think of the difference between a provider chest and a storage chest, because robots, you see them similar ways. The main difference is the storage chest is a place where they will put objects, And a provider chest is a place where they will never put objects, but they can take objects.
Yes.
So storage chest is a two-way chest. The bots use it as just like an extra storage for their own capacity to move things around your base. They'll put things there and they'll pick things up whenever they need them. The provider chest, they will only pick things up from.
Yes. Now, with the storage chest, you can limit it, but you can't filter it. You can't tell the robots that, well, you can only put repair packs in this chest. No, unfortunately. So for our use, we want to limit the repair pack chest by making it a provider chest. So the robots will take repairs out of it, but will not put repair packs or anything for that matter into it.
Where are you?
Well, I was just getting my tank, and now I'm not being stupid and trying to cross the tracks while it is a train there. I'm going to wait. Train's going to move. I mean, I could go the other way, I guess.
No, trains never move.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, really? Really, train? The moment I decide to go the other way? Ah, you scallywag. I knew this would happen. Right.
I'm making donuts out here.
Alright. Whee! Right, we've got a little base up here, and of course we decide to go out just as it becomes night again. Because we're really clever.
That's what this circle light rod is for.
I need to quickly sort out the sound because it's way too loud.
I know, tanks are really loud.
They really are. What was the sound for that? Was it environmental sound?
Maybe?
Yes, it was. Tanks are environmental sounds.
I don't know how. Yeah, I wish they would separate the sounds into separate things. It'd be like, tanks, lower that.
Yeah. Now, that little beep that you can hear is because one object needs to be replaced, or rather have a repair.
Right.
But our bots do not have access to repair packs. Nope.
Ooh, blue biters.
You can go ahead and attack their base if you want while I'm distracting the blue biters.
What's the shoot your tank weapon button?
Press Q to switch which weapon you've got active. Okay, never mind. Ah!
Yeah, but what's the shoot?
Oh dear.
Okay.
There's a lot of blue biters on me right now. If they blow up my tank, I'll be very unhappy. I'm having to shoot aliens with tank shells. This is what it has come down to.
It works though, right?
It does work, yeah.
Well, why don't we go run over their base while we're shooting?
Yeah, that's a good point. I've got more friends. I don't want them. I've got them though. Oh, spit this stuff. Right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take them down to the base. We'll lead them straight to the lasers.
Well, I ran over a couple huts, but I took a lot of damage on the way.
Yeah. Now, there's a load of lasers down here, and they're very, very much more powerful than I am, because we've put a lot of research into them. Shoot! Kill them all, lasers! Ah, glorious times. Many dead fighters.
This cannon is so loud.
If I ran out of fuel right now, I would be dead. No comeback.
Right.
Just death.
Oh, you got spitters chasing you. I'm gonna hop out and repair.
Okay. Oh, shoot. There we go. Another one of the spawners down. There's only one more spawner left there now. And a bunch
it's just
of
the worms that are a problem. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we didn't have the forethought to build a bunch of lasers at the stone drop-off. So I have to drive down to the walls. I could try and be clever and lead the biters over the tracks and let the train dig them out, but that is far too action hero and not enough sensible.
Well, I tell you what,
I've got
some power poles on me. I think I'm just going to run some lasers up here because it's otherwise just a hassle.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. Really? Am I that bad of a shot? I am that bad of a shot, apparently.
No.
Ha! Got them both. Piercing bullets for the win.
Beep, beep.
Hello. I'll take you out with my machine gun. I've almost got the spawner. There we go. The spawner's gone. Oh dear. That is a lot of death right there. I'm bringing some friends, Shen.
I'm putting lasers down.
I'm slowing down and this is not good. I'm very, very concerned. I've got 2 tiny little bits of health. Shoot them lasers! Oh my lord! Ah!
Yeah, come over here. I'll repair.
Thank you. That was dangerous. I felt like I could die at any moment.
You survived though.
Yeah, not too
all
bad,
good.
I suppose.
Do you have any lasers on you? I got 22.
I've got 50.
Sweet.
I'm just gonna swing in and kill the worms though with my cannon because it's just as fast. Go. I'll take on the main worm. Oh, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll take on every worm.
Whoa! Oh, that's right. That's a big blue one, huh?
Yeah. There we go. He's gone. And there we go.
Ow! So much death.
Yeah, they do hurt a fair bit.
Alright, I'm time to put down a power pole.
Are you planting your flag?
Victory pole.
Well done. There we go.
Stupid worms. They really are the worst, aren't they?
Yes. Did you pick up any alien artifacts while you were here?
12.
Ah, that's not too bad. But yes, we probably do want to start being a little bit more sensible about the way we do this. So, have you hooked these up to power yet?
No, I wouldn't put them on power, but I'll run another big power pole up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take this all the
But
way
yeah, this
up.
is like at some point you're gonna reach just this biter's gonna be so dangerous that just running in and doing things the way you've always been doing is not gonna be very safe. So what we tend to do is we put down some lasers as like a fallback position, and then we can go in and do whatever we need to do, and then we always have the fallback position in case they're chasing us.
Yeah. Right, my laser setup is dealing with things, though it is getting damaged. But that should be good enough. I'll go and wipe out the bases now. 1. There we go.
Lasers.
Indeed. This is so much easier. Oh my lord. Oh, I just shot Shen.
That's okay. I don't hate you much.
Okay. I'm glad.
Just a little bit.
I'm not the kind of person that shoots my friends. Ah!
Oh no!
I do crash into them on occasion, though. Oh, my lord. The amount of damage your tank just did to my tank then. Wow.
I know. I went from green to red.
Oh, that's funny. Right.
You have repair packs?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. But yeah,
I'm just going to leave these lasers here because they'll very aggressively dissuade any alien expansion attempts. But they will eventually break. We'll eventually have to come out here and sort it out.
I know a long time ago we talked about walling off this northern area, and we haven't done it simply because there really is no need.
Yeah.
But we could still do that if we wanted to capture any of this iron or copper or whatever the hell's up. There's even some oil here.
Hopefully possible, yeah. There's plenty of aliens up here. I'm just going to place this down. Oops. And surround it with lasers. Are you able to bring up?
I'm out.
No worries. I can walk
Oh no,
back
I can build some. I can build them.
Excellent. Dunk.
Chug it, 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 chug it.
If you can... Oh, no, never mind. I'll just get them in the middle. There we go. All powered up.
Oh, okay. I'm too slow, man. You know what I'll do? I'll put light bulbs down so we know.
Yeah, I was going to say, that actually might be quite nice if we could see what we were doing.
It also makes it easier to not run into things with a tank when you see a light bulb.
Yeah, generally. Okay, we just need to wipe out this little... Oh, there's a little bit of a flicker of the power there. Didn't like that at all. Oh no, the lights are flickering. The lights are struggling. Now, this is actually good because power is prioritized to defenses. So the lasers, while the lights were actually running low on power, lasers were not. And the reason for that is the base is cutting power to all of the lights first, then all of the factories, then bit by bit it's cutting power to the defenses. I think it'll even prioritize defenses which are not firing. So it'll really try to keep your base's defenses active where they need to be. But, you know, ultimately, you are going to run out. Oh, that's not good. It's a lot of nastiness.
Got one of the big worms. Oh, yeah, there's still 4 more big worms.
Come down here, then, you little scallywags. Get wrecked, my friends. As the people on the net would say. Okay. Just going to fire off into the great blue yonder there.
The main cannon is so good.
Yes, yes it is. We got everything we have. Right, so now just worm cleanup.
Yeah, just worms. That's not everything. Those worms are no joke.
They really aren't, though. Okay. Swing around. Hello! Hello, death. For me. Soon.
Yeah, let's get repaired.
Yeah, I probably should. Because they can shoot from a very great distance away.
Yeah, and the weird thing is if you're in their range for a moment, they'll take a shot, and even if you just fly out of their range, the shot will always land. Never misses.
Yep. Bloody cheat hacks, if you ask me.
Yep. They all got aimbots.
There we go. And off we go again. I'm down to 46 bullets, or rather shells. Not really bullets. There we go. I'm just going to get in close now and attack them. There's no real point in worrying too much about them. There we go. Oh, shot Shen again. Sorry, Shen.
That's okay, they're dead. Alright.
There we go. Plenty of cotton candy. Please do not run towards the tank while you're a squishy little man thing.
What do you mean squishy little man thing?
Well,
excuse you.
You're a man, and you happen to be fairly squishy compared to my tank.
I will shoot you.
I know you will.
I know you will, but what am I?
There we go. Just set that up. Again, I can because we've got so many resources that collecting more lasers at the base is just easy enough to do. And that's one of the things that you start to experience in the late game. Shen has touched on it several times, but later on, you stop worrying too much about what you're spending because you have so much economy in your base. It really isn't that much of an issue anymore.
Yeah, and the game turns from survival into like being creative, and you can do whatever you would like with the game at that point. And this is kind of a situation where people, especially when we touch more on what robots can do for you, where people either get bored with the game, like, you know, oh, there's no more challenge, I've done everything, or that creative side will kick in. They're like, oh, I wonder if I can do this, or oh, let's try to do this, or let's try to place this over here, and things start becoming more interesting as soon as that creative spark ticks. But I know it doesn't tick for everyone, that's for sure. Yeah,
one of the things that I know a lot of late game players enjoy is improving the efficiency. That becomes a very big thing. Seeing if you can do the same thing but do it better than you've been doing up to now. And you can be much more frivolous in the amount of resources you use to try and experiment with those things. Also, you can start doing things with logistics and the wiring and combinators, which allow a sort of logic gate setup, so you can make your factory capable of making simple decisions based on conditional, well, not so much conditional statements, but on conditions. Now, we have a reasonable amount of alien artifacts, so I'm just going to go straight down, drop these off in the little chest down here. Now, this is something else that logistics will eventually allow us to do. Eventually, you're going to be at a point, well, actually fairly quickly, I would say, where you can simply tell the logistics robots, come pick this up off me. I don't want her on my person. The logistics robots come over, grab them from you, and either put them in storage or take them to somewhere where they're actually requested. Likewise, you can have a personal logistics request. There would be a little tool belt on your person where you can say, I always want to have, say, 100 iron plates. every time you move within the logistics range of your roboports, the robots will note that you don't have enough, so they will come out and deliver it to you, or not if you've already got enough. And that's a really, really useful thing for just doing stuff around the base. You can literally drive near the base and a fleet of robots will come out, give you stuff, and by the time that you finish driving along the wall, your inventory has been refilled with the things you need.
Yep, the things you want have been put in there, and the things you don't want have been removed. And it makes it very efficient as far as your time in the game. Like, you don't have to keep running to chests or whatever. The bots will do all that work for you. It's very nice.
Absolutely, yeah. Now then, let's have a look at these, shall we?
We still haven't progressed on that research because we ran out of the cotton candy.
Yeah. 6.5. This takes 20. Now, the thing with the robots here is they don't take very much time to be used. We could improve them. I've just noticed that there was a slight miscalculation earlier, and that is that these would take 20 seconds each. They don't. They only take 0.5 seconds each. These ones.
Gotcha.
So we could be doing this much more efficiently, just putting the robot frames on a belt and then just having 2 factories. But again, it really doesn't matter too much for us. Now this is filled up. Soon, this will be able to take no more of the robots, and they'll just start backing up until we give them something to do. And that something will likely come in the next episode. We are still offloading a load of the purple science beakers, so they're going to be doing their bit for a little while. Logistic Robot Speed is going to continue to research, and by the time that is finished, we will come back for the next episode, and we'll hopefully be able to show you the logistics network in its full glory.
Oh, you're going to love it and hate it.
Again, yep. Would you like to take us out, Shen?
Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed our train dodging and biter killing skills today. We'll see you all tomorrow, where instead of cotton candy, we have robots.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.